Hello, Scorpio. This is Julie with Into Heartspace, and we're here looking at the energy surrounding you for July. If you'd like a personal reading, find me on Facebook, email me, or go to my website. Sorry for the delay on getting these readings up. My birthday was on July 1st, and I thought I was going to get all the readings done by then, but I didn't. My son's is on July 3rd, so we've just been playing and having fun. Calling in the divine, calling in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us on this reading. All right. I just realized I have to calm down. All right, Scorpio. I don't know why, but I'm all revved up with you guys. I'm all afire, ablaze. I was telling another sign earlier that I feel like Scorpio has fire energy as well as water energy. I think you guys should be the bridge between the two. And when I was starting to learn astrology, for the longest time, I would always say Scorpio was fire, even though I knew they were water. But there's just something about you guys that I just feel is so passionate, like fire, and links you guys to Aries. I'm going to have to do some research on that. Okay, so back to the reading. July. Scorpio. And the energy that's coming in from June into July is the Ten of Cups. So you were feeling really content in June. Things were really good for you. Everything seems to be falling into place. Family, love, situation, your spirit, emotions feel really steady. And then we have the Nine of Discs, which is that's perfect. Now that you feel like emotionally steady, you feel like you have the support you need, you can create, you feel fertile, you feel right. You feel like you can do whatever it is you need to with beauty and support within. And the Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Then we have the Seven of Cups reversed, Awakening, and Justice reversed. Then the Fool, Ace of Cups reversed, Two of Wands reversed, the Emperor, Ace of Discs, and then the King of Swords reversed. Okay. So in relationship, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is an air sign. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So with the Knight of, here, and I'll show you this one too, Nine of Wands. All right. So the Knight of Wands energy is a quick message coming in, air sign, like I said, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But they're leading into a different direction than where you need to go. So the question, Scorpio, I really want you to ask is it worth it? Is it worth the fight to keep this person around? Because they're ready to bolt. They're ready to get out. So if you're in a relationship with an air sign, I'm pretty sure they want to go. Or they want to do something else. Or they need space from you. And you have to ask, do you want to stay? Do you want to stay? Do you want to try to keep them? Or do you want to let them go and see if they come back of their own fruition? Because in actuality, it's time for you to move on to a different path. That you need to leave this emotion behind. And this is a good time for you to do it because you're already in a good space. And you need to keep with that good space. And this Knight of Swords is ready to pursue something that is dear to their heart, quick, but it's not in your direction. I'm not saying that they're never going to come back. But it is a feeling of, you need to let go. And with the Nine of Wands, like I was saying, it's really saying, is it worth it? Is it worth it to pull somebody in who doesn't want to be pulled in? And this isn't just remember, I always say this is not just in love. This is not just in romantic relationships. This is in love of family, love of friends. Is there somebody who you're holding back, even a child? Even one of your children? that they need to go do what they need to do, and you're holding them back. So think about that. In career, in your work, we have the Seven of Cups reversed. Then we have the Awakening and Justice reversed. So this feels like an unfair situation to you, you know, because we have the Awakening, Judgment. Like, you see things for what is truth. You're rectifying situations, but because you're seeing it for what it is and you're doing what you're supposed to, you also at the same time, since you're going on this path, you feel like you have no choice but to do what's right, and what you're doing, what is right, is still not giving you any benefit, because we have Justice in reverse. And so with Justice in reverse, I feel like because you finally figured out, like, this is what I need to do, this is a path I need to go on, this is how I'm going to rectify some problems that are going on in career and work. You also see the opposing side of, but if I cut some corners, if I did this, if I was like everyone else and didn't put in all the work, I could be more successful quicker. But this is warning, if you go down that path, if you cut corners, if you don't do every step along the way, you're not going to succeed. But I feel like you're tempted by it because you see so many people around you going, well, I just cut off a little bit here, I just took the shortcut over there, and you're wondering, why do I have to be the upstanding human being and do what's right? This is lame. This is not fun. You know, and then it's also, it's kind of a buzzkill, because you're coming off of this 10 of Cups in June, and you feel abundant, and you feel fertile, and you feel creative, and you know, you feel in the space to really shine, and you know what you're supposed to do. But gosh darn it, wouldn't it be great to just get to your destination already? You'll get there, Scorpio. Keep it up. And what's happening here, this Seven of Cups in reverse and this Justice in reverse, if you cut corners, all of your choices are going to fall. Okay? Now in abundance, we have the Fool. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Wands. And so this is probably why you want to cut corners a little bit, because you don't feel as abundant as you want, even though you are in a good space. Like, the Ace of Cups is like an emotional beginning that hasn't started, and you don't know what to do with that. You know, it's like the Two of Wands in reverse is, I don't know where I'm supposed to go with that. And so this fool energy is moving on a new venture, but because you don't know what to do, you don't have a really good footing, you don't have a really good grounding for it, so you could fall off the cliff if you're not careful. Ace of Cups reversed energy is water energy, like you, Scorpio. So it can be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But I feel like this is a person for a lot of you who's going to help you with your abundance. And for some of you, it definitely is a love relationship. Yeah. I definitely see that. But for those of you who are in a solid relationship, who are married, who, you know, have your partner, it's somebody who, it could be a work situation that feels kind of like a marriage in a way. And they want to come in, but you're not even noticing them, because you're like, I gotta keep on my path. This is the only way I can do it. This is the only way I can succeed. But I don't really know how to get there. So I'm just gonna, you know, keep walking forward, which is always good to push yourself, but keep your eyes open instead of just, you know, haphazardly stepping wherever. You know, at least get an emotional, you know, get the emotional barometer and know what's happening, and your emotional compass, and go north, you know? Because with the Two of Wands, it's just kind of going willy-nilly everywhere you go, and so that could be spending lots of money. It could also be spending lots of money on somebody else, I kind of get the sense. Or, you know, just depleting your resources because you feel out of control. And then we have the mind-body-soul connection, so the Emperor. So some of you guys could be moving. We do have the Ace of Discs, which is lovely. So this is a new abundance. This is a new financial situation, earthly goods that are coming in to help settle you down. But then we have the King of Swords in reverse. So this person is an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but they're in reverse. So they're snarky, they're hurtful, and they can lie really easily and make it sound like the truth. Now, in relationship to your mind-body-soul connection, I do feel like it's a self-doubt. It's a the King of Swords may not actually be a person, but just a voice within your heart that's saying, nope, you should know that by now. You're not going to make it. Nope, you're not going to make it. And it just keeps saying that to you over and over again. And so I actually do really feel like it's just a self-doubt issue. And so it's there to fight with and to walk away from. You know, I see it with the Eight of Cups here, walking away. But acknowledging it and then saying, no, I am going to be just fine, thank you. I'm going to be just fine, and move away from it. You know, move away from that and move into the light, move into the abundance, move into that feeling of, hey, this is worthwhile. I'm going to continue with it. And so this could actually be a new job. This could be taking you away from this situation here where you want to cut corners because you want to get ahead like everyone else, but you know that's not right. So because of this energy here of, I don't know what I should do. I do know what I should do, but I don't really want to do it. This Ace of Discs may just be like a salvation situation that's going to pull you out of that and into a new realm. Because the Emperor rules over everything and rules over all the land, and is often a new beginning. And it's a quick beginning, and sometimes it takes you to a new place. Okay, so let's call on the animal wisdom cards to give you an animal to focus on through this month of July. Okay. And it's a caribou, a symbol of cycle of life, rebirth, abundance. Perfect. Caribou make long annual migrations are associated with the cycle of life. It is believed that as a caribou returned each season, so did souls return to earth after death, taking the form of either beast or human. How interesting. Okay, so life and death, rebirth, abundance. Now, walking away from a situation that's no longer serving you, which happens to everyone, but this is a tough one because you're like, is it worth it? Because this person is interesting and cunning. But sometimes you have to walk away, even though you feel whole, even though you feel complete with them in some regards. You have to be stronger than that and let them live their life too. It's sometimes hard to step up and say this is right and I know I have to do it, even though I will not get all the accolades that other people do for cutting corners. Do what's right. New abundance is coming in, and you may have to move for it. But keep your footing, keep your grounding, look forward, and take each step with reason. Make sure to look all around, even down, so you don't fall off the cliff. All right, Scorpio, if you would like a personal reading, find me on Facebook, email me, or go to my website. Until next time, much love, joy, and blessings, and remember, listen to your heart, and the body will follow.